should you even print? What can you do with 7 billion shillings? You can construct 7 county referral hospitals in the country.
Level 4, by the way.
Level 4.
Level 4. Yeah.
Yes, 7.
Yeah.
Now, you spend that money on printing cards. Let's go to the issue of the transport. I wrote an article about the cost of transport, isn't it? The Prime Minister, the Deputy President has been allocated 30 cars, fuel guzzlers, isn't it? The Prime CS, whose position is yet to be constitutional, has 15. Every minister has 7. Every PS has 5. And then we have these advisors who are 10, those who have 5. I've done it cumulatively and found that the total cost of financing the transport for the cabinet for a whole year is 96.2 billion shillings a year. If you cut those cars by 3/4 and give them just a third, which is what they need, you'd have brought down you'll have saved something like 69 billion shillings. What can you do with that? You can build 3 expressway, Nairobi Expressway 3. My brother, I'm telling you that if anybody's listening to me, this should be the conversation. So if you can be able to spend 69 billion shillings a year that you don't need, can't you finance a referendum? What is Bomas? 100 and something million. So the issue is, there's nothing like lack of money. Do you know why the development partners have refused to put money on these talks? Do you know before, any African country that needed money could just come chaos, then say we need a reform, then they'll come and finance, isn't it? But what has happened in Kenya is that you have to know as citizens, Kenya moved from low income to middle income economy. So by classification, you cannot access some funding.
You're not needy anymore.
You're not needy anymore.
Yeah.
So if development partners have told us we are middle income economy, is every Kenyan living a middle income life? No. Why? Because the size of the economy, given the population we have, everybody should be driving. I'm telling you, what is happening is that very few people are having too much, while very many people are having nothing. So the issue is distribution of resources. The issue is equality. The issue is equity. And the issue is inequality. Gaps are too broad in Kenya, which is measured in economy, something called Gini coefficient. Yes. Gini coefficient measures inequality. So because of inequality, we have so much wealth sitting on very few people, leaving many people very poor. And if I can tell you, out of our national revenue, the total national revenue of Kenya is controlled, 98% of the national revenue of Kenya is controlled by 2% of Kenyans. Now leaving 98% of Kenyans fighting for 2% of the national revenue. So if you sell maize, you are selling clothes, you are selling samosa, isn't it? You are a boda rider, isn't it? Those ones are the 98% of Kenyans who are sharing 2% of the national revenue. But there's 2% of Kenyans who share 98% of the Kenyan revenue. So the issue here we are discussing about here is that Kenya is too rich. The only thing is completely mismanaged. And if you are listening to me, Simba, in the 2027 election, do not understand which party is bigger, who can win. Look for who is a governance expert, who can